There's a story people who train alone tend to tell themselves that they prefer it because they're more disciplined than everyone else, that they don't need external validation, that the solitude is a sign of mental strength. And sometimes that's true, but sometimes it isn't. And the inability to tell the difference is exactly where things get interesting. Here's what the psychology actually shows. Training alone does build something real. When someone removes the external scaffolding, the workout partner, the class schedule, the coach watching, and still shows up consistently, that's genuine discipline. Psychologists call this autonomous motivation, behavior driven by internal values rather than external pressure. It's more durable than motivation that depends on other people. It's harder to build, and it does produce a different kind of resilience. That part of the story is true, but there's another part most people don't examine, because control is a spectrum. On one end, someone trains alone because they've genuinely internalized the behavior. It's part of who they are. The solitude is chosen freely and held lightly. On the other end, someone trains alone because the gym is the one place in their life that feels fully manageable. The weights don't have opinions, the barbells don't judge. The outcome is predictable in a way that relationships, careers, and social dynamics never quite are. For some people, the gym isn't where they go to build strength. It's where they go because everything else feels slightly out of control. Psychologists sometimes call this behavioral refuge, when a structured physical practice becomes a primary coping mechanism for anxiety or emotional overwhelm. It's common in high-achieving, self-reliant people. And from the outside, it looks identical to discipline. The body gets stronger, the habits get more consistent, the results become visible. But underneath, something else is happening. The same predictability that makes solo training feel satisfying starts to make unpredictable environments feel harder to tolerate. Social situations feel noisier, collaboration feels inefficient, vulnerability feels unnecessary, and slowly, without meaning to, the gym becomes less of a complement to a full life and more of a substitute for parts of it. Not for everyone, but for more people than would comfortably admit it. Here's the question worth asking. Not whether you're disciplined enough to train alone, but what training alone is doing for you beyond the physical. Because if the answer is clarity, that's healthy. If the answer is that it's the 1 hour of the day where you feel completely in control, that's worth paying attention to. Because the same capacity for self-discipline that makes solo training effective can quietly become a way of avoiding the messier, less controllable work of building something with other people. And a life organized around what you can control, optimized around predictability, protected from the friction that comes with genuine interdependence, gets smaller over time. Not weaker, just smaller. The barbell will always be there, predictable, asking exactly what you put in and nothing more. But the things worth building in a life, the relationships, the work, the versions of yourself that only emerge under pressure you didn't choose, those don't work like that, and no amount of weight on the bar prepares you for the kind of strength those things actually require. If something in that landed harder than you expected, pay attention to that. This channel asks the questions most psychology content is too comfortable to ask. Subscribe if you want those questions in your feed.